If there is one thing that goes hand in hand with the internet, it is Rule 34. And I'm willing to bet you that this pirate site, NHTI, being taken down today, is going to affect a lot more people than the people that were affected last week with the anime takedown of a bunch of different illegal streaming sites for anime. I know for a fact this is going to hurt a lot of people, because a lot of people are probably going to wake up today, and they're probably going to go to their favorite, NHTI site, and they're going to be like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? And then they're going to see it trending on Twitter. Yeah, I've even seen it trending on Twitter, and there's been a bunch of articles and stuff already being made about this, talking about this situation. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is kind of a big deal. So, let's get into this. So basically, Japan has been pretty hard on piracy for a very long time. And it's not something that just came out of nowhere. But especially this last year, Japan has definitely been cracking down on, let's say, any form of copyright infringement, to either leaks and spoilers with JJK, which I talked about in my previous video last week, to just straight up trying to take down illegal anime websites. And as I said, no matter what Japan or any of these copyright holders do, not just Japan but different countries, try to do to effectively erase pirate sites, it's not going to really do anything. It's like when you remove something, 10 more will appear. It's like a hydra. You can't get rid of it. It will continuously pop up with more and more sites that are very similar to it. However, the point is that sometimes when these sites are taken down, sometimes the database is permanently lost, where the content on these said sites are gone for good, and you can never access them because obviously it was the only site that may have had some of the content on the internet. And so, effectively, what just happened with NHTI here, and obviously if you're wondering why I'm saying it like that, I'm having to censor it because of YouTube, so just FYI. But anyways, back in the point, pretty much the reason why the site is such a big deal being taken down is because there is, like, tens of thousands of different doujins and different stuff that is obviously for adults on that site and for people to read. And obviously there is a few works, maybe a few hundred, that is definitely copyright infringement. For instance, the companies have a legal right to be able to take those down from the site. And look, as much as people get upset about that, companies do have a right to take down copyright stuff because they do own it. They're the license holders, etc. But the point is that for a while now, according to this article, you had people in California and all that, they were trying to take down the site, NHTI, because apparently it had a lot of copyright infringement, and they didn't like to see this on, online for people to be able to access. And so, pretty much, NHTI has been going through a legal court battle for quite a while now, and they have effectively lost. They have taken quite an L, which is why the site is pretty much down at this point. Now, here's the thing. The overall allegations, or what is being said within this copyright infringement case, is that obviously NHTI has posted quite a few, works that could be considered illegal. For instance, like, a bunch of stuff that the license holders hold, and they copyrighted them. But the thing is, there is a vast amount of the catalog on that site that is not copyrighted whatsoever, and is not even obtainable through legal means, because it's not licensed by anyone. And the only, certain people that kind of own the licensing are a random person that potentially draws a manga and goes to a convention and allows people to buy it right then and there. So there is a lot of content, let's say, on NHTI that is just unaccessible or unbuyable from anywhere, even if you wanted to purchase it. And that's not even including the translations, etc. that people have put into it, just for people to be able to read it around the world. But what I'm getting at is that with the site being taken down, there is a lot of content that is effectively lost. Because even if, once again, the companies have a legal right to be upset with NHTI and get their works off the platform, they took down the whole site, which means a bunch of works that are not even affiliated with them are now permanently lost. And I think that's a pretty big deal, because this goes back into what I talked about last week when it comes to the whole piracy situation, and that piracy is a service issue, and I don't want to retread what I talked about last week and say the exact same thing, but this once again reinforces the point I was trying to make, is that, when you continue to push people away and you don't offer a product legally, and a good product at that, people will find other ways to obtain said product. And in this case, obviously, NHTI, yeah, it's a big blow, and there's probably going to be some works that are theoretically lost, and you'll never be able to see again unless someone has it saved or something, but there is alternatives still out there. I'm not gonna name drop them or anything like that, but there is quite a few, and one that, you know, is pretty good that I feel like has most of the works that probably was on in H-Time. But getting back to the main point, what I'm trying to say is that I know people might be quick to say, how is this my problem? It's just content for adults. It's just 18 plus content, etc. This doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And here's the thing. The reason why this matters is because you have a big, massive collection that is just being taken on offline that, you know, technically the copyright holders have nothing to do with. Because there's stuff that's not even licensed and, you know, is not even affiliated with any of things that they're doing, but they got the whole site taken down. And it causes just a massive catalog to be permanently lost. It's kind of like, you know, people that try to find found footage videos or anything like that. It's like content is permanently lost from the internet. It's rare, but it can definitely happen. And I hate to see stuff like that. So I feel like this overall copyright situation is a pretty big deal. Like I said, I feel like this is going to affect a lot more people than, let's say, those that probably used anime websites that got shut down last week. I'm curious to see what people will say. I mean, looking at my comment section just on my post I made a few hours ago, I'm already starting to see a lot of people, just, you know, genuine reaction and how upset they kind of are about the situation. So I think this kind of shows, yeah, a lot of people 100% are really upset about this. And so, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Are you devastated by this? Are you using alternative means? But, yeah, I don't know really what to say, what the option here is, besides what I said last week. Service issue, and if you're this upset about copyright, just offer a better product, and license all the other stuff where people can obtain them legally. Hell, make something like Viz Media. Make a actual website like Viz Media for adults to access. Simple as that. Like, I don't know why they don't do that. But, anyways, be safe, stay healthy, love you guys. Chibi out.